Welcome to part 3. Because there was so much, I had to go ahead and just stop the video and go ahead and restart it in another one. Alright, so we gave the breakdown up here that I hope that you can see, and then we have this part here, which is very important. Now, a lot of this is important, but it doesn't relate directly to the ancient mining, which we need to focus on to keep it simple. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread. Stop right there. Now, we're going to talk about this a lot further later, but I want to get your mind wrapped around something now. That in alchemy, there is something known as the philosopher's stone. In ancient Egypt, this very same stone is called the elixir of life. And of course, that's its translation into English. But it is something that the ancient pharaohs ate, and it was depicted as a white powdery substance, conical in shape, like they would shape it almost like a pyramid, and bring it to the pharaohs, and only the pharaohs could eat it. And then what it did was it put them in a place that they called the field of Sharon, okay, in which to them was another dimension. Alright, now this is absolutely credible what I just told you. Now, this philosopher's stone and this elixir of life is this white powdery substance that the ancient Egyptians were eating. Now, not just the Egyptians, more importantly, it was only the pharaohs. And it was the early pharaohs. And remember, these early pharaohs claimed to be direct descendants from the gods. Very important there. Very important. And that ties up with the bloodlines and why these families try to seek to maintain this bloodline, because they are trying to still benefit from this elixir of life. And we're going to talk about that a little further here, but not right now. We need to still fill in the gaps for the foundation. So as we see, this out of it cometh bread, you need to equate that to the philosopher's stone of alchemical lore or alchemical science. And really, alchemy today is chemistry. Okay? So metallurgy, chemistry have alchemical roots. So we're talking about the elixir of life and the philosopher's stone when it says out of it cometh bread. We're talking elemental bread, and not bread for us, but bread for they. Notice here that it's plural. Surely there's a vein for the silver and a place for the gold where they find it. And then it gives us this singular impression because they keep trying to equate this to God, but it's not. It's not God that's doing this mining. And Job even declares, in a sense, that it is these other beings who are looking for wisdom, and they are not going to find it there. So, sorry to jump around, but now let's come to this point here. And it goes on to say that the stones of it are the place of sapphires, and it hath the dust of gold. Remember, I told you the monatomic gold, or I might not have said that yet, but it's monatomic gold is the elixir of life. It is the philosopher's stone of alchemical lore. It is equated to or connected to immortality. Now let us look forth here, and it says, He putteth forth his hand upon the rock. He overturneth the mountains by the roots, digging them up. He cutteth out the rivers among the rocks, and his eye seeth every precious thing. They're looking for the elements. He bindeth the floods from overflowing, which is to create the sluice boxes, so that they could separate the denser materials from the lighter stone, the elements. And it says, and the thing that is hid, that was once hid, that they have now dug up through this operation, bringeth he forth to light. I'm going to go on a little further. Thank you for listening.